hello. I was going to wait until bang on 3:30, and then I was like, it's good enough. It's almost 3:30. Can't believe it's 3:30 almost, though. Where has the day gone? Meh. I don't know. I've looked everywhere, and I can't find it. So I made myself a nice big mug of tea. I've been working all day, and my brain is a little fried. And then I fudged a bloody pouch that I was making, and it was right on the last little bit. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clearly have to remake one of the pouches. I was like, yes, I've finished all the things for my shop restock. And then but never mind, it happens. It will go into my seconds bin, as it were. So yeah, I am here with you today because I've received some decks. I actually received them yesterday, but I just did not have time to share them because I'm busy sewing. But today, seeing as I've sort of reached a general sort of decent, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so tired. Not a juncture. Yeah, a suitable juncture. I was going to say an impasse, but that implies that there's a barrier. No, well, there is a bit of a barrier because, like I said, I'm going to have to cut and remake another pouch. But I've reached a suitable juncture. I've gotten pretty much everything I wanted to get done today done. Well, I did. I just fudged the last thing. So yeah, I thought I would show some decks that I've received. My hands are so dry. I keep having to put cream on, and it just drinks it up really quickly. I have to put more on. Dry hands. It's the only thing when you work. Hi, Patrice. You're right, my love. It's only problem when you work with paper or fabric. It can really dry your hands out. I was a pattern cutter for 7 years and constantly handling card and paper and fabric, and it just dry hands. Gerald, I got my large wide-awake Smith and 2-inch and 1.5-inch circle punches. Oh, I'll be making my own circle deck. Woo! Nice. Debbie, you all right, my dear? So we've got 3 of you in here in the chat. So yes, I've got 3 decks that may have arrived yesterday. I just went a little bit, I don't know what it was. So I've still got some of my Christmas and birthday money. Jennifer, hello. And it's just sitting there. And I do want to get a bookcase with it. But even with what I've spent, I still have enough for the bookcase. So on Saturday, just gone, well, not just gone, it will be a week tomorrow. What is time? And Robin, you're right. And I ordered the pocket edition of the Next World Tarot because I was worried it was going to go out of print again. I'm like, no, I need the pocket version because that deck is awesome. So I ordered that. Then I ordered 3 decks, all on, no, 2 of them I ordered on Tuesday and 1 I ordered on Wednesday, and they all arrived yesterday. And they were all about £11 or £12. So I was like, and this is what prompted that. The Next World Tarot Pocket Edition I kind of wanted anyway. So I was like, that's fine, I've ordered that. No more decks for a while. But yeah, so what happened was the Orion's Animal Tarot is on my list. And it went right down to about £12 or £13 a few weeks ago. But because I'd had such a big influx of decks and books, like tarot books, I was like, no, it's fine, I'll just pass. But it's gone back up to almost £25 or £23. I'm like, because I thought, well, it's on my wish list, but it's not right high at the top, so it's it's fine. But now, if it doesn't drop back down at any point soon, whatever, I imagine it will at some point, but it might be a really long time. I'm like, so then I saw a couple of decks that were on my wish list drop down to about £11, £12. And okay, so they're not at the top. One of them was near the top. I'm just going to order them because that's too good a price to pass up. And then on Wednesday, that was on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I was watching Mixtress Ray showing the Telesma Tarot. It's a collage deck. It's beautiful, but a traditional collage deck where it's been created with actual bits of cutout paper that have been layered and stuck down and all that jazz. And it's beautiful, but it's also like $75, $80. And that's, you know, without the shipping and the tax and everything. And I was like, wow. So I was looking for a collage deck that's a bit like out there. And so I ordered another one, which was also about 11 or 12 pounds. Yes, they all. And then I bought the books that went with it as well. My doorbell may go. I've got another book arriving today, but I don't know when. So the doorbell may go. I may have to run downstairs and answer it. But before I show you any decks, I'm just going to show you. I don't know who of you were in my live chat on Wednesday. Tuesday. Sam, hi, my love. You were on my Pinterest. I forget about that people can look at my Pinterest. I hope you enjoy it. I do love a bit of Pinterest. I'm trying to think who of you were in my live chat. What day was I live? Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. I think it was Tuesday. Sorry, my memory is. I'm just trying to remember. It doesn't matter. You have the Telesma as well. I am so jealous, Patrice. Laura, you are my love. Anyway, Anne Fort was in the chat and she was like, I'll send you a bear. Message me after the chat. So I messaged her after the chat and she was like, yeah, because she makes little animals. And she sent the rabbit, the handmade rabbit, to Simon at the Hermit's Cave that he named Chester. And it's exquisite. She's like, I'll send you a bear because clearly I need to have a bear. And he arrived the next day. I can't even deal with how beautiful this, everyone, is the bear she sent. I love that she's even taken the time to age and wear some of the fur on him and even like make him look sort of stained around the nose and the edges where and the ears, like age him. Like he genuinely looks like he could have been passed down from late Victorian era. He's wearing, you can't really see on the camera, but the color of his jacket is a very dark forest green velvet. I haven't taken it off him, but even like the jacket has like aging. Can you see the aging on his tummy? And this little stained collar with the lace and the ribbon. Look at this. And he's heavy. Like he's got a heft. But wait, there's more. He has a walking stick or like a cane because he's a gentleman. And I've named him Bertrand Bell. Those of you who know will know the reference for that. So I'll just leave it. So that's Bertrand the bear. Bertrand Bell the bear, and he is so beautiful. He's utterly exquisite. I literally was like opening the box. It was wrapped beautifully. Even the ribbon on the box had bears on it. There was a little letter from Bertrand in there saying, please adopt me and thank you for taking me into your home. I was like, oh God, this is too beautiful. So Anne, I've already thanked Anne, privately, but I just want to like publicly say thank you so much. I don't know what the situation is with regards to her shop at the moment, or I don't think she's got anything in her shop at the moment, but I'm trying to convince her to sell these beautiful things, these beautiful creatures. Just one more close up because he's so perfect. Oh my God, look at his little face. So I had him just up on the shelf because he sits on my desk during the day, the last couple of days. And he smells really nice. I don't know if he's been stuffed with some herbs as well, or like lavender or something. I don't know. He just smells amazing. But then at night time, he sits up with Mille-Froid and Lumpy Space Princess so that he doesn't get lonely on my desk. So, isn't he beautiful? The sweetest, right? So handsome. The jacket, everything. The fact, like, it just gets me, like the fact that the jacket has like the buttons, can you see either side, like it would be a double breasted. Can you see? And then there's like lace on the cuffs. Oh, and even that's aged. I just can't. I love him so much. Oh, okay. So, tarot. Does anyone want to guess what? Two of them are quite newish releases. One's a new release, one's a newish release, and one's really old. Any guesses before I show? And you can't look on my social medias because I haven't posted it on Instagram or anywhere else. Because they came in late afternoon yesterday, and then I literally had to start dinner, do my physiotherapy, start dinner, and then I had a Zoom chat afterwards. I think I know what one of them might be. Oh, bum. Yeah, I think you already know. Oh, yeah, I did kind of. Yes, because YouTube does censor. Yeah, okay. So Laura knows that one of them is the queer tarot. And wow, this deck feels like my teenage years. It feels so Camden Town, minus the goths. Like, Camden is a big old queer weirdo part of London. It's famous. It's right by where it's like literally just down the road from where I grew up. It's part of my local area. So it's probably why I turned out the way I did. Partly anyway. The Wandering Star, hello. Oh, Laura's is on its way, but taking its time. But yeah, this really, like, the colors, even the style of the, like, it really, again, I talk about it a bit, but like the way that the colors that I pick for my artwork are usually pastels with neon. So it's like, and I'm wondering if that comes from my, like, being a teenager in the 90s. Like, even my D&D, like my tabletop RPG box, the D20, I put the D20 on with the 20 on the D upside down. The 20 should be the other way around. It should be like that, but the 20 is the wrong way. But it's like pastel, like candy pink. And then the stitching is like a neon, you can't see it, it's like a neon-y, yellowy green. And then I've got like neon yellow, acid yellow. And I'm like, oh my God. It's the two sides of me. I always joke that I'm a goth, but if you split me open, rainbow spills out because, so here we go. This is the perfect example. This is pastel periwinkle blue, and then it's got like bits of neon pink and baby pink with neon pink. It's not really showing up, but it's neon. There's more neon pink on the insides, baby pink with neon pink. And I'm like, oh my God, it must just be the 90s thing. So it's really funny, like, and I think that came off the back a little bit of the 80s being quite garish, and then going into, at least the UK, the acid house movement, which was like a club movement, but like a rave culture, acid house rave culture. I was too young for that, but it trickled down into, like, as it often does, into sort of mainstream culture, because I was, when rave culture hit, I was, that was the late 80s and the early 90s. And I was born in 81. So yeah, I just think that's it. Just the colors just take me back, but it's then got the black, so it's like, and it's just the book. I haven't had a proper look at the book yet, but it's quite chunky. It's color coded. It's queer coded. And I don't know, like, the quality of the print looks kind of a bit fuzzy, so I don't know if it's the artwork and it's meant to look that fuzzy, or if it's part of the printing process. But either way, it doesn't bother me, because it looks like the quality of some of the zines and things that I saw about when I was a teenager. So again, it's all like, this is nostalgia. So I think, like, my first tarot deck, and I think it was 1997, was the Osho Zen, and that was the only deck when I flipped through the little file that had the little plastic Polly Pockets with some of the cards in from each deck that was in stock at the shop. That was the only card that really appealed to me. They must have had Smithwaite in there. They must have had Thoth in there. They must have had a Marseille in there. They must have had all sorts in there. But the one that I liked was the Osho Zen. If they had like one of the goth ones, like the earlier goth decks that were about back then, I probably would have gravitated towards one of those, but they didn't. So I had, not that I remember, I'm sure I would have remembered because I would have bought it. So I I bought the Osho Zen. If this, hi Shauna, if this deck was available in 1997, this would have been the deck I picked. Like, what a trip down memory lane, first of all. So in the 90s, if those of you that are about or old enough to remember, there was a weird, like, it was for, in the UK at least, it was coming off the back of the acid house movement, or through the acid house movement. And then there was also a lot of 60s revival. So you had, like, you know, like D-Light, Groove is in the Heart, and all the video was kind of 60s. You had a lot of stuff that the B-52s were making were making waves, and they had like a lot of sort of 50s, 60s vibes going on. So there's a lot of that. I remember when I was about 12 or 13, before I sort of hit the goth stuff, I was wearing like flower power stuff, and it was all very hippie, and I remember I had like a turquoise pendant and all that stuff. so yeah, so that's, I love the backs, so it just makes me think of that. Now this is completely out of order. Sorry, my spouse keeps texting me. They're completely out of order because I've already been shuffling them and playing with them last night. But for, like, I think it was like £11.50. I mean, I don't know what that is in like Canadian dollars or US dollars, but it is a steal. So I just love it. It's got the black with the pastel and the neon. It's like literally like my favorite colors. I do have some thoughts about this because I watched Tom Benjamin's, I ordered it. Or no, or did I watch? I can't remember. I think I watched a couple of walkthroughs of this, and then I ordered it. And I can't remember if I'd watched Tom Benjamin's before or after I had ordered it. But he was talking about how he felt that, you know, there's no actual like real nudity in this deck. I'll see if I can find the other card. So one of them you just saw, which was the World card. And so the woman, or the person, I should say, in the World card is wearing lingerie. And then there's also the Star card. I'm gonna have to find them now because I have a point to make about them. I'm going the wrong direction, that's why. So there's that one, and I'll see if I can find the Star, because I do want to mention something important that I think is important to think about or to consider when we're talking about nudity. See, what Tom Benjamin was saying, like when he read the book, he saw that, you know, all of the people in this deck are based on real people, on real queer people. Okay, so he was like, well, maybe they didn't want to be naked in a deck, and that's fair enough. Now, I know a lot of queer people, and a lot of them are, you know, not all, but I do have a lot of queer friends who are very, you know, that are polyam, and you know, burlesque performers and cabaret performers, and maybe that's why though, because they're all getting their clothes off on stage. But yeah, they're all very like kinksters, you know, and probably wouldn't mind being drawn naked, especially because it's like a cartoony representation. So I found the cards I wanted to talk about. So the cards that you would see usually nudity in are obviously the World. I'll see if I can get this to focus, and the Star. But I want to make it a point about these two cards that I think is transgressive. The Star, okay, usually the Star would be naked, but look, the Star is wearing a binder from what I can see. It looks like it could be a binder. So I'm like, if this is a trans man and they are wearing, or he is wearing a binder, then that's actually really important, and a point to be made over having someone without their top on. Yeah, I love it too. I'm actually going to see, because it says who each person is. I just want to see if there's anything. Oh, whoa! The Star is a beautiful and shining glimmer of hope high in the sky. And right now you are floating up there right beside it. Everything is amazing. Okay, let me see where's the bit about who it is. Oh, no, it says Rylan M. She, her. So maybe it's not a binder, or maybe she's a she, her that likes to wear a binder. I don't know. It just looked like a binder to me. Maybe it's just a little crop top. But I just thought that in my head, that's what it looked like. And that's what I took from it. Is this Fyodor? This looks like Fyodor Pavlov. Fyodor Pavlov. Yeah, Fyodor Pavlov, like from the Pavlov Tarot that I'm looking forward to getting later this year. I'm there with bells on. I nearly bought the indie version, but I didn't in the end. Queen of Wands, is it though? Am I right? Let's see. I might be wrong. It looks like it could be him. Hang on. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. Riley M, she, her. No, this can't be right. It's saying the model for the Queen of Wands was the same as the model for the Star? Or did they sit for multiple? I'm so confused. Maybe they just posed. Do you think that's a misprinting? I don't know. That's so weird that I've picked those two cards out and they're saying that the model for this is two people. I think that is a misprinting. Confusing. Hi, Sandra. I wasn't going to get this when I saw the bright colors, but then seeing the cards themselves, yeah, it just works. It just works. I mean, this is like, honestly, this is like me as a teen, or just so much. It feels like it's just so cool. But then what was the other deck? The card I wanted to show. So here with the world card, and you've got a woman. Come on. A larger bodied woman in the world card, and she's wearing lingerie, but she's wearing quite fancy lingerie. Like, it's not just your basic, come on, focus. It's not just your basic set. It's like a really nice pink with trim and mesh panels probably. And I think, again, that's really transgressive, because a lot of larger women feel like they can't have nice lingerie, or that it's not available to them. And this is something I have a huge amount of experience with, because until the pandemic hit, I was a hair and makeup artist for almost a decade, and I worked predominantly in the burlesque and cabaret scene, but also within the boudoir and erotic and like fetish photography field. So I worked with a lot of plus size and larger sized people and women and femmes who at the beginning, when I first started doing hair and makeup, really struggled to find lingerie that worked for them, that fit them, that complemented them. And actually, I know a couple of people that work for or own lingerie companies over here in the UK. There's Playful Promises and Kiss Me Deadly, to a little slight, not so much what Katie did, but they started producing lingerie for larger bodies, and then other people have gotten on board. They're more like boutique kind of lingerie, but nice lingerie, right? And so as my career went on in hair and makeup, I noticed that women were able to get more pretty lingerie or sexy lingerie for their photo shoots or for their shows. And it feels transgressive. And a lot of the shots, a lot of the photo shoots that I did, especially the private photo shoots that I did with Tiggs Rice, who's the photographer I worked with the most. I was her resident hair and makeup artist. She was helping women and femmes feel really confident and comfortable in their own bodies. And sometimes these people were posing, they're posing in lingerie, sometimes in front of people they don't know, myself and the photographer. And then what was so amazing was seeing them walking away at the end of the photo shoot, feeling like £1 million and saying thank you so much, I've never felt so amazing, and just seeing their faces and the confidence. It's just such a joy, and I don't get to do that anymore. I will. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. Let's have a quick look at the chat so I'm not missing anything I saw. The faces on the cards that kind of rubbed off and vague. Don't know if that makes sense, but the lack of features on their faces in Queer Tarot disturbed me. I feel like you can actually see it a lot more clearly in the cards, like when you're looking at a card. It's just a bit sort of just a different style is all. There's just Come on. Oh, I don't know. I like it. I like it. I love that the Eight of Swords. Sorry, I was just too busy staring at it. She's got fishnets on, and she's like got shibari, Japanese rope work as well, which is a consensual, a consensual activity. So it's like saying she's chosen to bind herself, or she can get herself out of her binds if she just like said hey to the rope master, like, can you like untie me, which is really interesting. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. Hi Joey, Sandra's here. Hi Sandra. I saw bright colors, saw that. This is up there with the next world in terms of looking like people that I know the most. Same. The next world and the numinous, like there's some people in the numinous that literally just straight off the page, straight off the card, and you put them next to people I know, you'd be like, that's so and so, or that's so and so. Like, it just blows my mind. It's amazing. I love it. I'm watching carefully to see if I'm drawn to own it, says Gerald. It looks like a real thick deck. Is it easy to shuffle? Do you know what? Out of the 3 decks that I picked up, it's the thickest. But I am still able to shuffle it. I'm not going to push down the camera because I've got a webcam attached, and the last time I did it, it dislodged the connection, the USB thing, the USB connector. Is that what it's called? So you can hear. But it's very difficult for me to bridge the whole thing. I was managing it last night, but that's because I was doing it in my lap. It's harder if my arms are up here, but it's harder to do most things when your arms are up here. It's because my desk is high and my chair isn't high enough for my desk. It's not great. I really do need to get a desk chair that suits this. Yeah, as soon as I put my arms down and my shoulders aren't up at my ears, I can put it together. So it's doable, but it is chunky. But I like the cardstock. It's like some people will hate it, some people will love it. That's the thing. It's relative, isn't it? It's subjective. I had the cards and just couldn't with some of the faces. Oh, Patrice, that's a shame. Little known fact that when I went back to school for fashion design, I was focused on designing clothes for real humans, including undergarments. Oh, cool. Gerald, my final collection that I did for my degree at London College of Fashion was lingerie. They were like, why are you picking lingerie when we've just taught you for 4 years to make like regular clothes, not lingerie, which is its own discipline? I was like, because I'm glutton for punishment, clearly. I don't even think I have my final collection, because I might have one of the items. I don't know. I went through it. I had a bit of a tantrum at one point in an anxious, depressive state, and threw out a load of the stuff that I had made, even stuff from way back when I was like 13 or 14. That's a regret. And I've done that in the past with artwork as well, like artwork from my portfolio and paintings, and I've destroyed them because I'm like, oh, this is trash. And like, I'm looking at it 5 years later and going, no one wants to look at this, and like torn paintings and cut paintings up. Regrets. Phoebe, hello. So yeah, don't do that, kids. Save your artwork, save your old poetry. Save your old sows. Don't ever say Dr. Nomi. Oh, Nomi, do you want to say hi?
Oh, Boo Boo, come say hello to people. You're too pretty and lovely. Oh, look. Oh, Gumble grumbles. Say hi. Oh, are you a sleepy? She's sleepy. Oh. You okay, Boo Boo? Oh. Stinkles. Little stinkles.
Audiobook summaries. Okay, well, that is not interested in the propaganda. Wood Thrush Cottage. Hello, Nomi and everyone. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's Friday, isn't it? Oh my God, where's the week gone? It does. It's, yeah, the cardstocks are right. And again, that's the thing. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. Some people will be ambivalent about it. Yeah, it makes me think of that video series where people undress whilst being interviewed. An artist that I know, Diane Goldie, she took part in that, which was really interesting. It's people being quite vulnerable and answering questions about self-image. I can't remember what it's called. But it's really, really cool. Oh. I can't even. Yeah, she's just tired. She was laying in the sun all morning, and then she's like, like all overheated, and I'm like, just move out of the sun, you banana. What are you like? Are you a silly? You're a silly face. So I'm just going. Tinkerbell says hi. There you go. She's like, put me back on the bed. Natalie, 12:30 a.m. Saturday here. Holy crap. I guess, yeah, Friday night. Ow, fuck, I just bashed my knee. I do that every time. Ow. Ugh. Nomi is just the cutest. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that, clearly, because I am biased. So, second deck. Anyone want to guess? This is a fairly newish release. I think it came out at the beginning of this year. Oh, this tea is going to go cold if I don't drink it. I made a huge mug because I knew it would take ages for it to go cold, but now it's been about 35 minutes. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to start. I need the caffeine because I'm playing Call of Cthulhu tonight, so I need to be able to stay awake. Oh, dear. No guesses. No guesses for the new one, for the next one. Intuitive Night Goddess. This was like £11.50 as well. I was practically giving them away. So I was like, well, it'd be rude not to, especially after the whole situation with the Orion's animal. So I was so worried, though, because I ordered it and then I was like, I'm just going to look at some, you sometimes like, well, you want a deck and then you order it and then you look at some walkthroughs because you're getting excited about the deck that's coming. And then loads of people had done walkthroughs, or I say loads, I can't remember how many I watched, but people complaining that theirs was wonky, it was all uneven, and all the like cards were all, and I saw some people holding them up and they were a hot mess, and the sides were chipped and like there was lips on, and I was like, oh boy, why is it £11.50? Is it because it's like a dodgy batch and they're trying to get rid of them? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's less chunky than the Queer Tarot, and yeah, £11.50, £11.90. Go check it out. It might still be at that price. It was on Wednesday, Sandra, and I can riffle and bridge. Obviously, it's easier if I'm doing it lower on, or if I'm standing, or if I do it now. So yeah, absolutely fine. Phoebe said that she's got the indie version of that. Yeah, the indie version looks lovely. And I love that the cardstock is matte. And my God, it is beautiful. I love it. Again, because I don't really have decks with a dark background. I think the one that comes to mind is the Moon Power Tarot, but it's so glossy. This has got quite a few cards. The Queer Tarot's got quite a few cards with a black background, but it's quite bright. You know what I mean? Oh, what am I doing? And then the Prisma Visions is all dark blue. But yeah, maybe the Deviant Moon. But yeah, I don't have a huge amount of decks that have like a dark black background. The Le Tarot Interdit, which is that vampire deck, that I guess is quite dark now, backgrounds. But those are like more recent acquisitions. But yeah, I just think it's beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Again, it's not in order because I was shuffling and laying out the cards and having a look at each of them last night. Come on. Yeah. It's not, it doesn't bloody focus. How have I been talking for 35 minutes? I'm sorry, what? So yeah, so that was the next one that I got. I mean, it's just, oh. And again, it's got that sort of collage-y vibe to it. Come on. Sorry, I keep pulling it in and out. I'm trying to get it to focus. Oh, it's so annoying. But yeah. Does anyone else? Gerald's got this deck. Phoebe's got this deck. Phoebe, from what I remember, the indie version, does it have the gilding on the sides, the gold gilding? Because I might actually, I'm in two minds whether to edge it in gold, like the indie, or just in black. So then it's like a chunk of, you know what I mean? But then the gold would make it feel more luxe, like, because it's like the decadent night goddesses. I don't know. £11. I think it was like £11.50, Joey. Blackboard, black background. Yeah, me too. Yeah, gold gilding. That's what I thought. So yeah, it's really like, I really like the production quality of it. I think there must have been some issues with some of the. You edged yours in black. And how do you feel about that, Gerald? Do you think it suits it? But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm so happy with it. I'm glad I didn't buy it at the beginning of the year when I got my birthday money, because it was initially, it had been reduced from about £25.50 to 21, and I nearly bought it, and I've saved myself nearly £10. Patience, young grasshopper. So I'm hoping that Animal Orions will drop down. If it goes to anything from £14 and below, I'll jump on it. Maybe even 15, because its recommended retail price is like £25 or £26. So many good like mass market decks coming out at the moment. Too many to choose from. I want them all. And it's so funny because I'm buying quite a few decks off the back of having not really bought many decks at all the last 3 years, because I had the depth year. Then there was COVID 2020, which was an accidental, involuntary depth year. And then last year I was sort of, again, just not really buying decks. I did acquire some decks, but like not at the rate I used to. And since like falling back in love with the Smithway and falling like back in love like hardcore and studying the Marseille again, it's not so much of this. Like when I first started buying decks, like quite a lot of decks, it was because I hadn't realized that collecting decks was a thing. I had a channel. I was doing a lot of unboxings and walkthroughs and reviews. And I was like, it's partly FOMO, partly wanting to have content for my channel, partly, oh my God, you can like just do this. No one's like, I collect books, you can collect decks. Hi, Richie, you all right? Bye, Gerald. You take care. Thank you for stopping by, my love. And there was a part of it where I was getting towards the end of middle to end of 2018. I remember feeling quite depressed, like really low, and I could realize that my buying was like this. It would feel this like excitement. I'll buy it. Oh, it's on its way, and then it would arrive, and I'm like, right, okay, what's the next thing I can buy? And that wasn't healthy for me. And I was getting quite anxious, I was feeling very overwhelmed because I don't really have space to put the decks. And so I feel less stressed about that now, because I know I'm getting the bookshelf to put in the hallway where a bunch of my decks can go, so there'll be space for them. I feel less stressed about it now. It's amazing just having some storage solutions that work, that make things accessible, really help. But this time around, this like deck buying is, firstly, I had a wedge of Christmas and birthday money, and so I was able to get some books from some decks and books from overseas. So I bought books and decks from France and from the US and Canada. because I could take the hit on the shipping and the taxes because I had that wedge of like gift money. So it was like, these are actually presents, you know. I didn't really buy them myself. People gave me money to buy presents for myself. And then now, and then like the last few that I've been buying recently, it's been like this tarot joy, this excitement of learning and seeing all these new exciting decks. And it comes from this really different place. Like it feels... it's just, I can't explain it. I can't, I'm not being very articulate. Does anyone know what I mean? Like it's coming from a different place, like buying these decks. It feels like a different experience opening them, and this like joy of going through them and shuffling them and talking about them. And it just feels different. So the third deck that I bought was because I want the Telesma Tarot, but I can't have the Telesma Tarot because I dread to think how much it would be cost for me to, you know, once I paid for the deck, paid for the shipping, paid all the taxes on it, I can't even imagine how much it would come to. So this was my like, I'll pretend I have the Telesma. It's the Voyager Tarot. This is one of those decks. Again, this was like £11.99 or £11.50. I mean, they're just, like I said, they're just giving them away. Telesma is on my wish list, says Phoebe. It's so... Now, the cardstock is not great. It's very shiny. I'm not sure how I feel about the slightly puke green borders and the shininess, but part of it I feel like is part of the ugliness of the deck. This is definitely one of those ugly pretty decks, you know, like the Tarot Illuminati that I call Visual Vomit, but somehow reads super well for me. Like, so yeah, I've also got on order. So what's arriving today at some point is the extra large companion book that you can get for this. I've ordered a second-hand copy that looks really old. Like it doesn't even have the black cover. It has the purple cover, the lilac cover. And then I've also ordered the book of prose that also goes with this. So there's like a lot to dig in. And then, you know, the little, it's more than a little white book. So there's a lot to get on with this. I like the majors more than the minors at the moment. And it was so stuck together. I literally had to like do this on all the sides to like break them apart before I could even, because I was trying to peel them off each other and it was going, you know, that sticky noise where they like peeled away. Hi, Stephanie. So yeah, but once you do that, it shuffles fine. So there's that. So yeah, I've got a couple of books about it arriving. So yeah, although sliding it back together is still a little sticky. Maybe I just need some fanning powder for it. Puke green. Yum, yum, yum. So does anyone have the Voyager Tarot? The Star Tarot? Because I was reading the star underneath. Yeah, I find the minors perplexing, but because there's so much information, and I know that James Wanless has done loads of like interviews on YouTube and stuff where he talks about this deck, so I know that there's a wealth of information that will help me like decipher it. And actually it's nice to have a deck that feels somewhat of an enigma and isn't just so obvious, because I've got, you know, Marseille decks, which to me are like so straightforward, so to the point, so down to earth, so pared back. And then you get, you know, something like the Thoth, which is everything, including the kitchen sink and the toilet and the like, I don't know, and the living room sofa. Like it's got everything in there. And then you've got something like this, which is just, in some of the cards, just seems just utterly like bizarre or really abstract, or I don't know. But the Telesma Tarot, it's on my deck wish list, like maybe one day. I'm like, please let it get picked up for mass market. Please let it get picked up for mass market. That's like my dream these days. I'm like, if it gets picked up for mass market, like I really wanted to get the indie Fyodor Pavlov, but I was like, oh, if it's getting picked, I waited to see what was going to happen with that. And apparently US Games are not changing anything about this deck artwork at all. They're not changing the backs. They're not changing anything. So I'm like, well, in that case, I will just get it at mass market prices because it's friendlier on the old budget. So yeah, if deck comes up as being released mass market, it makes me very happy. So I'm just going to put this queer tarot. It's like a box within a box, but the tuck box is fine. I mean, I'm totally going to make a pouch for it. Let's be honest. I've got rainbow charms. I'm going to put like a rainbow charm on the pouch because queer. Oh, I wonder if I could get charms of like rainbow flags or like trans flags or something. That would be cool. I did think about that for Pride Month, like doing queer flag charms on pouches or things. But I also don't want to like cash in on the queer pound, but then I'm like, if I'm a queer woman, then I'm not because I am queer, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like a queer person making stuff for other queer people. I don't know. So yeah, those are my 3 decks that arrived yesterday. Look at that. They make a great stack. They all go. I'm spotting a theme here. We're moving into the bright, sunny springtime and all the sunshine and the longer days and the warmer weather. And I'm like, give me night, give me darkness. I long for the longer, dark days. Or something. Or suiting. Right, Ritual Tarot. Yeah, that one is another analog collage. But I don't know how I feel about that because the creator hasn't put any of the like titles on. And for me, a tarot deck is what Tom Benjamin would call functional art. And if I don't know what fucking card it is, I'm like, well, what am I looking at? I don't know. Yeah, the borders are a bit more. I did think maybe I could trim just the sides and a little bit of the top, but actually I don't want to get rid of the like mandala thing on the back or the circular design on the back. Joey, have you done a walkthrough of that yet? I haven't. I keep meaning to have a look at some walkthroughs of the Dungeons and Dragons. That's on my wish list as well. As a D&D player, I'm like, clearly I need that deck because D&D. You're still in the process of deciding your first Marseille deck. Do you know what, Stephanie? Nancy had mentioned on my video when she watched it back, Crohn's Intuition, that I missed one off the list when I was recommending them. That was a mass market deck, and it was the one that was in the back of my head. And I think I even said in the video, I'm forgetting one, but I can't remember what it was. It's the Tarot de Maria Celia by Leonard Narciso. That, you know, it's in a tin, it's nice size, decent price. It's that lovely in a tin cardstock, which is really great. Yeah, that might be another one to look for. I'll see if I can just put I'll put the title for you if you haven't seen it. Tarot Maria Celia, I think it's that. That's it. I'm laughing at your dark days. There's an unofficial Adventure Time tarot. Did you hear that, LSP? There's an unofficial Adventure Time tarot deck. Phoebe, from where? I've never watched more than like the first season and a half of Adventure Time because Indiegogo, okay, because there was no streaming service that I have that like has it, and I'm like, no. Although I've been watching Gravity Falls, I'm like 10 years late to the party, but I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. It's so good. Oh, thank you. It's UK. What? Yes, that hardly ever happens. Whenever there's like a UK indie deck, I almost feel like obliged to support it because it fucking hardly ever happens. I'm coming. It's coming in a month. Oh, it's coming at the end of the month. So you don't have it. Yeah, I just like, how did you have it? I was thinking, how come you have yours already? Queen of Darkness, but also rainbows. Queen of Darkness, Princess of Rainbows. I don't know. You know, I've got the all the black. But we gotta have some flus. Some fleurs. No time. Oh my God, Phoebe, I read that as titties, and yeah, no titty. I read this as no titties at all. That tells you where my brain is right now. Oh my goodness. Meow. So what I also wanted to do is 50 minutes in. That showing the decks was meant to be the quick thing. Go figure. I've got a video actually going up to, it's scheduled, that I uploaded earlier, edited and uploaded earlier, and it is a VR to Mags Black's Tarot Nerd, Tarot Geek hashtag thing. So that'll be going up at 9 p.m. UK time, talking about, yeah, tarot geekery. But the other thing I want to talk about, I think I spoke about this when I did my video, my live chat on Tuesday. I was talking about pulling the Therapets. I was like, decided I was going to pull one every single day because it's just really, really sweet. When did I go live? Or maybe it was Monday. I can't remember. Anyway, because I've got 3 cards from the, I'm pointing over to my tarot trolley, from the Playful Heart Tarot, which is the official combination for this deck for this month, for May. Obviously, I don't want to keep taking out my weekly spread and shuffling it back into the Playful Heart every day for a 2-card draw. So I decided to pull the Happy Tarot instead, because I thought that it went really nicely. And actually, case in point, these 2 colors, this is the Ace of Swords for today, and this little happy little dog. So I wanted to ask, would anyone like a little bit of encouragement and support card pull for today using the Therapets and the Happy Tarot? Anyone? They are so cute, the Therapets. So I just need to anyone? No one want my reading? I also pulled out the Happy Tarot little white book just out of interest to see if it has cute stuff in the like descriptions, explanations. Sam would like one. Stephanie wants one. Patrice would like one. Okay, let me just shuffle in my, because I've been putting aside the cards from this that I've been pulling each day so I don't get doubles. I've been shuffling the tarot card back in because, you know, stalker tarot cards are a thing. But these are like, it's not a system. It's just like cute pets saying, hey, you're awesome. Well done. Oh, wow. Okay. It's gone from crickets to yes. Okay. Right. So I need to shuffle these in. And then I'll get the tarot deck out. So I'm just going to do one from the tarot and one from the Therapets, and it will be a message of encouragement or support for each person that wants one. Within reason, depends how long it takes. I'll try to. It's just going to be like quick, rapid fire. And hello, you missed me showing off Bertrand earlier. Bertrand the bear. He is sitting on my desk, looking at me. Him and Lumpy Space Prince sitting next to each other. So let's just put these in. Okay, so that's just, I'm just going to get this tarot deck out of its little pouch. And for your pouch, I'm going to try and get it out with the shop restock packages, not next week, but the week after my restock, because we might have to have some more building stuff done, and I don't know if we're going to have to empty out our attic, and that's going to basically, I don't know, I need some more time. I'm really sorry. Everything's going wrong. It's still raining in our living room. It rained the other day, and all the work that we've had done on the roof hasn't fixed the problem, and all the scaffolding's been removed now, so that's great. Yeah, and stressful. So the builders have to come back next week. They think that it might actually be an issue with our neighbour's roof, water getting in on their side, and we share like a parapet gutter at the top in front of the roof, and they think that water might be coming in from theirs and getting in underneath. And then unfortunately, because we're on the lower part of the hill, it's then running down into ours and then coming through into our living room. So basically every time it rains in our living room. So much fun. We've already had we had a whole bunch of work done through February and March. Just might as well just throw money out the window. It's so expensive as well. We've saved for so long and it hasn't even worked. I just bought my squishy deck. Oh, which one for squishy days almost daily lately? Which one is that? Okay, so let me just quickly, I'm just gonna do a little, it's sending them flying. What's your squishy deck, Stephanie? I apologise if the shuffling is loud for anyone that might have headphones on. What's Anne saying, Kevin? Please don't show. Thank you. Yeah, I was hoping to, I'm still hoping I'll have some time on Sunday to make them, but I might not. And I'm actually going to meet a friend outside a coffee shop tomorrow I haven't seen for 2.5 years because of the pandemic. And I'm that's also taken out some work time for me. It's just it's the next 2 weeks are just going to be super. Next 2 weeks are super hectic for me. Oh, Into the Woods Oracle. Oh yeah, I've been looking at that. It's so pretty. So I'm just giving these a good shuffle. Yeah, that makes sense that it's and I'm just going to give these a side shuffle. Oh, Nomi's doing a bit of upward dog. That made you cry. Oh, hi, Candy. Caught the end. Hi, Candy. Hi, Candy. I'm just doing readings for people that want a encouragement and support message for the day. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll up to who said. So Sam was the first person. So Sam, I'm just going to do a shuffle for you. So something, a little message of encouragement and support for Sam. And what I'll do is I'll pull one card from each and then I'll show them together. This one. Message of encouragement and support. So. Okay, let's see what we've got. We have the Queen of Swords, and we have You Can Do the Thing. So the Queen of Swords, she's not afraid to speak her mind, is she? She is articulate. She's quick-witted. She could be a bit sharp-tongued from time to time. She takes no prisoners, but she does the thing. And this little Queen of Swords, she is looking very happy and excited to be doing whatever it is that she's doing. Sitting on her candy throne there, surrounded by sweets and cakes and things. She got in her lap. Well, it's just her outfit. Oh no, tell a lie. I'm like, it's the Queen. It's not. It's the Justice. I'm like, why has she got weighing scales and two pillars? It's this Justice. Scratch that. Well, Justice is also discerning and takes no prisoners because she's going to judge you. This is making me think of Moon Knight again. Anyone else watch Moon Knight? Come on, focus. Is it because my face is in there? But yeah, the Justice is very discerning, but also she's about things being fair and balanced. So you can do the thing, you're fine, but make sure that you're not pushing yourself out of balance, and that you're being fair to yourself. Because we're usually the person we're the least fair to, or that we judge the most harshly, are ourselves, right? With negative self-talk. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. I'm just stupid. Why did I say that? You can do the thing. So it's all. I actually find the Queen of Swords and the Justice have, sometimes they feel quite similar energy to me anyway. So that was quite funny. I mistook one for the other. Okay. Next person was Stephanie wants a reading. So let's shuffle these back in. I've just seen the weather report just pop up on my thingy bar. It says rain incoming. I'm like, oh, rain in the living room. I can't wait. The stress. And the builders are like, oh, we probably can't come till sometime next week. And it's like, great, thanks. Love that for us, if it rains in between now and then. Message of encouragement and support. Stephanie. Message of encouragement and support for Stephanie. Sorry, I just like to divide it into 3 piles and put it back together. That's what I'm doing when I put my. So, in case you're like, what's she doing? Whoop! That nearly went flying everywhere. Butterfingers. Let's just shuffle this Justice card back in. Getting to know this deck all over again because I haven't used it for ages. I put it aside for ages because I was like, well, I've got the Tarot of the Magical Forest and that kind of scratches that itch. And I was just really annoyed that it's a modern like deck, but there's not a single person of color in the entire deck. I'm like, this was printed in like what, 2017, 2018, and what, everyone is white and it's like a magical candy land. You can imagine talking clouds and like anthropomorphic candy, but not people of color, and it just really left a bad taste in my mouth. But I'm trying to make friends with it again, and the reason I pulled it out is because it was cute and soft, and I needed cute and softness. Sorry, I don't pull jumpers, by the way, because I'm clumsy, so I don't pay attention to jumpers. I mean, so anyway, so a message of encouragement and support for Stephanie. Okay. You wanted me to pick from near the top then. Oh, okay. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. And then we've got a very pretty cat. And the cat says, everything is scary and you feel vulnerable, but that doesn't mean anything is going to go wrong. Anxious feelings aren't usually indicative of reality. So here we have the Ace of Pentacles. The aces are gifts, right? They're beginnings, but they're also seen as gifts. We've got this really excited cloud, just absolutely like, yeah, it's got a rainbow coming out of it. The sun is blasting from behind it, beams of sunlight, and it's holding up this coin, this gift, this grounding pentacle, right? This grounded reality. So that's interesting because we have the word reality here, the realm of the physical and what actually is. Okay, so this little pentacle and this little cat is saying, look, you might be feeling anxious about something, you might be catastrophizing about something, but actually that's not what what reality is. And you just need to take a hold of this gift, this shiny pentacle, this groundedness. Maybe you need to do some grounding meditation or visualization, like a classic one is, imagining yourself as turning into a tree and roots going down into the ground, into the earth, and then your branches coming out into the sky. That's always quite a nice one. Or you could do and then do some centering. But yeah, maybe you need to do some grounding. Maybe you need to eat a really grounding meal to I don't know. That is the message for today for you, Stephanie. But yeah, this is, see how I mean? It's just cute, like little bits of support. It's like, for me, these little readings that I've been doing every day are not meant to be predictive. They're meant to be literally encouragement and support. And it's been a really fun way to use like the two decks together, and purely off the back of this being about, you know, emotional support. I'm like, okay, well, let's go with that. Okay, so the next person was Patrice. Patrice, your reading, if you're still here, I'm going to do that for you. Let's shuffle, bloody hell, shuffle that Ace of Pence back in. Okay, so a message of encouragement and support for Patrice. Try and speed it up a bit here, because otherwise we'll be here all day, and it's already 4:30. Bloody hell, I've been on for an hour. I've got some bits I need to do before I knock off for the day. I need to knock off about 6 to make dinner, because then I've got Call of Cthulhu at 7:30, and I still need to do my physio as well. And a message of encouragement and support for Patrice. Okay, this one, that's the tarot. Encouragement, support for Patrice. Oh, cute. Okay. Oh, we have 6. Is that the 6 or the 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 8. Okay, the colors go really nicely to this. We have the 8 of Cups. Like, he's walking away, but I had to be sure, because it looked like there was 5 cups originally. There's 6 cups, and I was like, that's not enough. But there's 2 like at the bottom that I couldn't quite see. It was throwing me off. But yes, we have this super cute dog, Patrice, and the dog is saying, whatever you manage to do today will be enough. Okay, and then we have this adorable little purpley blue tones of this 8 of Cups, and this little person, I'm trying to get it to focus because it's such a cute card. Come on, there we go. You can see that much better now. And can you look at the moon at the top there? And the moon is really, really sleepy, and you can see almost this like this taffy taffy pathway that this little character is off walking. And if you look, it looks like they've got a little bit of a spring in their step. They don't have their head bowed like the Rider-Waite-Smith. They just look, they're going off to the lollipop kingdom. It looks like all those like candy floss, cotton candy there on little sticks at the top of the hill that they're heading. So although they're leaving behind all these delicious looking puddings and ice creams and what have you, they're off to Cotton Candy Mountain. And it's almost like saying, you know, it's Friday, and you might be trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done before the weekend so that you can just sort of chill. But whatever you manage to get done to Patrice today, it's going to be enough. So when it gets to like the end of the day, like knocking off time, like don't look back. Just whatever you've done, it's fine. And you go make your way to the Cotton Candy Kingdom that is the weekend and enjoy yourself, my dear. Okay. The next person who would like a reading is, are these okay, these readings? The next person who wants a reading is Phoebe. If Phoebe's still here, so I'm just going to shuffle this card back in. So we want a message of encouragement and support for Phoebe for today. Message of encouragement. Sorry, like I said, I don't take jumpers because I'm clumsy. Message of encouragement and support for Phoebe. Okay. Whoa, right near the top almost. Oof. wanted to come from. Let's just shuffle this one back in. Just like to give it a quick. Let's do some riffles, side riffles, sad riffles. Message of encouragement and support for Phoebe. Message of encouragement and support for Phoebe. Really hard to overhand shuffle these huge decks. Let's just do a little support. Okay. Okay, that's up. Therapet. So we have, oh, okay. So we have the Tower and we have I'm a work in progress and that is okay. So I feel like this message for this card in conjunction with this is that we have a tendency to sometimes, I know I do, I'm just talking generally, Phoebe, to sort of be overly dramatic or over the top about things not always being perfect. So you know how like might be, well, I'll allow myself to have this nice thing once I've achieved this particular other thing. And sometimes it's in relation to like, I will buy myself this nice dress if I lose this much weight, which is just like, just you deserve nice things now. If that's what you're someone that's doing that now, you deserve nice things now. Or I can't, or like I have a history of disordered eating, and like if I a problem with like, so the content warning, trigger warning, so I would have this thing where if I had like just even, I was so controlling with what I was eating, and if I just sort of went just like a little bit out of what I was allowing myself to have, I would like, oh, the whole day is ruined, and I would just absolutely binge, and then after the binging would come other not great behavior. So it was like this catastrophe. If everything's not if it's not just completely perfect, it's completely ruined. But we're a work in progress. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You can just work from where you are, and that is okay. You deserve the nice things where you are. So don't like don't take everything to be so catastrophic. Just sit with the where you are right now. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Does that make sense? I don't know. It made sense to me, like the way that I can be like, oh, well, it's all ruined. It's all, tear it all down. So that's that one. Okay, so who else was the next one? Is for Laura, Aquamarine 18. I'm just going to shuffle this card back in. And then we've got one for Anne after this. So a message of encouragement and support for Laura. Message of encouragement and support for Laura. Okay. Should have put a cloth down doing all these noisy shufflings on the desk. The raw desk. You know what I mean? The desk, the straight on the desktop. Desk surface. You know what I mean? I've not put now soft down to cushion the sound. Cushion the decks. Message of encouragement and support for okay. Oh, it wants me to take from the top. Interesting. I'm just going to have some tea before it's completely. completely undrinkable. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay. Is this the King of Wands? The King of Wands. Look at these golden colors, Laura. And it's going to be okay. Let's see if I can get an extra zoom in there. So this is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is very much he's in control. They're in control of their domain, that creativity and that passion. They are, and they look really content. He looks really content. What's that down on the ground? There's the little salamander looking up. Oh, it's not showing it. There's a little salamander at the bottom, and there's even like a little star on the, I don't know, and there's like strawberries in them. Sorry, I get distracted by how cute this card is, this deck is. But yeah, the everything is going to be okay. There's this warmth and encouragement about the King of Wands. The King of Wands is so much a master of his own passions and creativity that he has the spoons, as it were, to then encourage others. So this little King of Wands is encouraging you with whatever your endeavor that you are looking to do. Maybe this weekend you've got some plans, and it's going to be okay. It's going to work out all right. This little, enjoy the warmth and the radiance of the King of Wands. He's there to cheer you on. And you can also embody that energy yourself if you have some sort of creative thing going on. Like, even if I have like a project plan, sometimes I'm like, I overthink it and I'm like, what if it turns out crap? But so what if it turns out crap? Maybe I'm trying something new and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be okay no matter what it turns out like. Okay. So we have one for Anne next. I'm just going to have a quick look through the chat to make sure that Sean is going. Sorry, my love. Take care. Candy's asking what this. Oh, you've got a project at work today. Oh, well, there you go. It's on the nose. That's awesome. The readings are sweet and soothing. I think these. Oh, thank you, Laura. Perfect. Thank you. What are these decks? There's actually ground, literally outside, feet on the ground. Thank you. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Oh, thank you. I only just joined the chat, so didn't know Kelly had shown. Rain. Just don't forget me. I'm just above that. I've got you already, Stephanie. Oh, please, I'm on a live. Always get nervous. You always get nervous for what, Candy, my love? So anyway, I was just getting up to date with the chat because otherwise there'll be loads left at the end. So I'm now going to do one for Anne, if Anne's still here. Wow, this is, yeah, I see, like, you need to, this is where people just do dedicated videos just for readings, because it takes time, even just 2 card pulls, right? So a message of encouragement and support for Anne. Oh, messed that up. Message of encouragement and support. Jumpers. So many jumpers. There's like 4 jumpers then. Message of encouragement and support for Anne. Okay. And a therapet. I love the therapet. Something cute. It's so sweet. Obviously, it's like, if they're fluffy decks, but you know, the card pulls that I've done every day this week have been so on the nose for that day. It's like hilarious for what I've been going through, like in my headspace. I'm like, wow, okay, fluffy decks, they might look fluffy, but they still can like pack a wallop. Message of encouragement and support for Anne. Message of encouragement and support for Anne. Okay, let's see what we've got for Anne. Oh, okay, so we have the Three of Cups. Come on, focus. If it would just focus. There we go. So we've got these three lasses having a grand old time with their fruit punch, and it looks like they're singing, and there's bunny rabbits lolloping across the hill. Oh my god. And then we have a kitty cat, and this kitty cat is saying, here's a friendly reminder that the negative voice in your head is not you, and you are actually completely delightful. And I would agree very much. So you know what? You should celebrate yourself today, Anne. Today, this weekend, every day. Pour yourself a glass of something, whether that is alcoholic or not. It might even be a cup of coffee. I don't know, whatever you fancy, right? Whatever your tipple is. And just appreciate you, okay? We are so bad to ourselves. Negative self-talk. We fill out, like, we're constantly, like, a lot of us, I say we as if like it's everyone, and obviously it's not everyone, but a lot of us do really struggle with that negative self-talk. And you know, whether you have, like, you know, there's, what's that saying, your like depression is not you, your anxiety is not you. If you have like those kinds of problems, it's not who you are, it's just a symptom of, it's like saying that you are your diabetes or you are your broken leg. You know what I mean? It's not true. So yeah, celebrate you. And I would say, like, considering that you can make amazing things like this, oh my goodness. For those of you who might not have been in at the beginning, this bear was sent to me. This is Bertrand, was sent to me by Anne, Ford here in the chat. She made him herself. Isn't he beautiful? He's got a beautiful forest green velvet jacket on, a little lace collar. He's just, the attention is utterly exquisite. And he's got a real heft to him. He's quite heavy and he smells scrumptious. So Anne, we celebrate Anne for being awesome sauce. Okay. Who was next for a reading? I've done Stephanie, I've done Sam, I think I've done Phoebe's, I've done Laura's. Shauna had to go. I'm ordering prototype number 2 of my deck. Oh wow, that is totally King of. Isn't that funny? So I meant, yes, I could have a reading, please, as I'm alive later and I get nervous. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. You've got it. Is this your first ever live that you've done on your channel? Oh, and I'm playing Call of Cthulhu from like 7:30. I've got to get dinner ready. From 6, I'm like physiotherapy, cook dinner, eat dinner, and then I've got to get prepped by about 7:15. Get prepped for my game, and then 7:30 sit down to play. Oh, it's with Richie at Longman Tarot. Oh, you'll be amazing. Oh, no, because you did the live with Simon as well, which I haven't had a chance to watch yet. Mid-spring today. Astronomical mid-spring. Celebration time. Oh, you're welcome, my love. Okay, so let's do one for Candy. Candy. Let's do a message of encouragement and support. Candy's live with Richie later. And then I'm going to make this the last one because I'm coming up for an hour and a half, and I'm feeling it now. And I've got, like I said, I've got a Call of Cthulhu game I'll be playing for at least 4 hours probably tonight. It's pretty intense, and I've still got some work to do in the last hour before I stop for physio at 6. So a message of encouragement and support for Candy. Candy. I always find it weird, like feeling where I want to like stop and I like split the deck. Message of encouragement and support for our Candy. message of encouragement and support. Candy. Message of encouragement, support for Candy. Message of encouragement and support. We do jumpers, sorry. Message of encouragement and support for Candy. I'm just going to divide it into 3, put it back together, split the deck. Candy. If your cards wanted to come quite near from the top, Candy. So we have, oh no! We've got the Tower card again, Candy. It says here, hey, you matter. Thanks for existing. Okay. So I feel like, again, this card in this context of encouragement and support feels very much like the catastrophizing card, right? You know about therapy talk, right? Don't you, Candy? So this is you right now in your head, maybe like thinking about this life, like, what if I say something and people think I'm something, why did I say that? And what if I can't think of anything to say? Or what if I talk too much? Or what if like people, like, you know what I mean? This is you going, it's all going to go tits up. And then we have this little meerkat. Is it a meerkat? It looks like a meerkat. I don't know. And it's like, hey, you matter. Thanks for existing. It's just like, it's almost just like cut straight through this panic. And it's like, hey, how you doing? Just take a moment to remember this, okay? Like, it's all good. You're going to be fine. Thank you for existing. You're going to go on the live and you're just going to be your wonderful, sweet self that everybody loves, and it is going to be fine because you're awesome. And we really appreciate you, Candy. We really do. So I think, you know, this is the head. This is the message. Like, no, you matter. Look at the little smile. Look at the calm, serene look on their face. Just take it in. Take it in, Candy. Relax. So that's your message of encouragement and support. And I'm gonna leave it at that because actually I also quite need a wee now I think about it. So yeah, a couple of got the Tower card, but it did feel a bit like we, you know, that feeling, energy that it's ourselves that we bring. But yeah, thank you for letting me do the therapist. It's something I wanted to do all week and I haven't had a chance. And I'm like, I hit a decent juncture and I've done a decent amount of work this week finally, despite the painkillers and being in pain and being like, I didn't get as much as I wanted to, but I readjusted my goals and I've hit the readjusted goals. I'm like, let's just pick one. I'll survive this because I'm like gearing up for this like shop restock and I'm like, I don't have enough time. I've got some other stuff coming up in the week. It's raining in our living room. Like everything's going wrong. I'll survive this. It's fine. So it's all good. But yeah, the pairing's good. So like I said, I'm for my week ahead readings, I'm actually pairing it with the Playful Heart Tarot. But because the cards for the week ahead reading are laid out, I didn't want to take them out and, you know, shuffle them every day into a daily draw. So I pulled these out and they're pairing really, really nicely. So yeah, it's for those of you that are interested, it's the Therapests by Kate Allen. It's not an expensive deck. The box is annoying because it's like this. There's no magnet. So if you stand it up on a bookshelf and you don't hold it, it like will fly. So I actually lay it flat. But even then, the cards come right to the top and they can sometimes slide out the bottom, slide out of the top. Slide out the bottom. So if I put them in, like it's really easy for them to just slide out. See what I mean? So be careful with it. I've been tempted to actually stick a ribbon on it and to tie it closed, or just make a pouch for it. Let's be honest. Let's make a cute pouch for it and then use this for storing other stuff in. I don't know. We'll just put it aside because what am I going to store in it when it doesn't close properly? And then the other deck is the Happy Tarot. I don't have the box because I keep it in my own pouch that I made, but it's the Happy Tarot, and it's by, I can't remember, Serena Fica or Fica. I think she's Italian, I think. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Like I said, I've got a lot of more decks to be getting on with. My book still hasn't turned up though, has it? Hopefully that's not gone AWOL. And yeah, I hope you all have a super weekend. It's really sunny here right at the moment, but it does say rain is incoming at the bottom of my browser, so that's a bit concerning because of the said leaky roof ceiling situation. I will try to remember to post the links to these decks down below for anyone that might be watching back as well. Candy, I won't be able to be in your live tonight, but I hope that it all goes well. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. You've got this. I always imagine a tower in my head, says Jennifer. Thanks. Good luck with the tropical rainforest in the living room. Oh my God, thanks, Anne. This is so stressful. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for letting me do those readings. That was really fun. I might try and do that again at some point. Maybe I'll dedicate just a live to just doing some readings, some encouragement and support readings, because we need. Oh, Meg, lovely. I'm just about to sign off, babe. Oh, that's all right. I'll catch you soon. And yeah, house blessings for Kelly. Yeah, someone help the leak. I can't deal. This house just has an issue with rain. The boiler's leaking. We had a problem with the hose coming away from the washing machine, and that went everywhere and was leaking and dripping down into my neighbors. The tap, the washer's gone on the bathroom tap, so that's leaking. I've just noticed today that the cistern is coming away from the toilet, and I'm worried about that breaking, so I need to screw that back on. The living room ceiling is leaking. Water. I'm an Aquarius. I'm supposed to be able to manage the water. I feel like maybe somehow it's like some like metaphysical message about how, and my spouse is a Pisces, so we're all like about the water. Like obviously he's a water sign, I'm an air sign, but there's the water thing going on. I'm like, is this a thing? Is this a message? Or is it just shit happens? Or is it both? It could be both. Anyway, I'm chatting bollocks. I'm gonna go. Take care of yourselves. Much love to you all. Ciao.